Recording. Did I lose you?
Nah, I'm straight. I'm here.
All right. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Three, two, one. Go for it, dude.
Yo, it's your boy Kylon King, and you're listening to the Sign Rip podcast with Joey G.
What's What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 39 of the Sign Rip podcast with Joey G. I am Joey G. My guest at this time, he's the reigning, defending Paradise
Mm,
Alley Pro Wrestling Intercontinental Champion. I got that right, right?
yes, sir.
Kylon King. Kylon, how are you doing, bro?
I'm feeling good, Joey G. How you feeling today?
I'm doing good, man. Just came out of I'm obviously just came off Test of Strength this weekend, watching you and
Yeah,
Flash throw down with the firm. Fortunately, you
yeah.
couldn't take home the
yeah.
tag belts.
Don't even remind me. I'm about to cry, Joey G. I failed the people. We gonna bounce back and we gonna go right back after them titles for real.
Yeah, we'll definitely take the straps off the firm for sure.
Definitely, that's the mission. That's the goal. And whenever the firm want to run it back, we here. We here. We was this close. We was this close. But
Should
the
have
number
had it.
games got the best of us. The number games
Yeah,
got the best of us, Joey G.
got to watch out for Jay Bricks at ringside.
Nah, we got stuff for him. We got stuff for him. Don't worry, don't worry. Okay. But the firm, Eli and Sammy, those some tough dudes. I know they like to say. I mean, Sammy like to say top five dead alive, and Eli the goat already. But like, not saying they believe that, and they hit hard and they bring it. So I respect to those guys for real, for real.
Without a doubt. So, Colin, first off, tell me what you've been up to these days, bro.
Just working, training, you know, doing whatever I gotta do to survive. The game called life. That's all, man. That's all.
I hear you. Now, for those of you who know, I've seen Kylon wrestle a few times now at TOS, and I've also seen him wrestle once at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. And
Yep.
Kylon likes me enough that he hasn't ripped up any of my signs.
Never, never. Joey G makes me them nice dope signs. Me, Flash, and all the other guys that he makes signs for. They nice, and I appreciate the love, Joey G.
Without a doubt, man. There's love right back. So, but
Yeah.
anyways, Kylon, first off, tell me, how'd you get into pro wrestling as a fan? First off, man.
Um, it's kind of hard. Like my first memory I can ever remember is wrestling. I don't even know how old I was. Probably like 2, 3 years old, and all I remember is I don't remember like I just remember the match. It was a 5-on-5. I think it was Team Austin versus Team Bishop, and all I can remember is Shawn Michaels' bloody face. Dripped in blood. Him going against Randy Orton, the last two members of the match type thing. So yeah, that's how I first started. Got into wrestling, and I loved it ever since. I never stopped watching it. Just like everybody else. I had my
Yeah,
dips and dives through wrestling, but always wrestling always been there for me, and always been a safe place for me. So yeah, that's how I got into it, man.
got you. And I think that might have been Survivor Series 2003, I think.
I think so. I
All
think
right.
so.
I definitely remember that one. And I know I see you're rocking the Nerds of Wrestling wristband right there. Shout
Oh
out to Justin.
yeah, no, I'm saying shout out to my guy Justin putting it down over there.
But yeah. So anyways, so that's your earliest memory. Who would you say was your favorite back then?
Oh man, my favorites they gotta be the goat Eddie Guerrero and the other goat John Cena. Without them influencing me like growing up in wrestling, like um I wouldn't even be as interested or like as involved as I am right now because Eddie with his wife cheating still, and then John Cena just always from thugonomics to hustle, loyalty, respect to like super Cena, all that. That's just my thing. That's my vibe. That's what I love.
It's two of the great all times right there.
Absolutely,
A little bit of
absolutely.
Latino heat, a little bit of the chain
Know
gang.
that. Yes, sir. Yo, I used to have one of those little big old chain game things, man. With the spinner jaw, that joint was fire. I'm mad I lost it, man. I'm mad I lost it.
You ever have the did you ever have a replica of the spinner belt or no?
Sadly, like we couldn't really afford those type of stuff based off like the environment I grew up in. So like a lot of the stuff like at first I was the only child, I'm saying. So my mom every Christmas she would do whatever she got to do to get me like a whole bunch of stuff. But like other than that, like we couldn't really afford much stuff like that. Know what I'm saying.
I
So,
got you, man.
but definitely like when I get for me personally, that's a goal of mine just to like collect all the stuff that I wanted as a kid that I couldn't afford or couldn't get. So hopefully sometime soon when I'm maybe big and famous, on TV wrestling, I can do all that stuff.
There we go. So now, before had did you ever attend any shows growing up?
Growing up, I only attend two live events, one a house show, and then one Monday Night Raw. I remember this Monday Night Raw only because it was the Raw that Edge retired on when he had
Oh,
left the world belt in the ring. So yeah, that was the Raw I went to. It was a sad moment, but it was also fun. I had a lot of fun going to those. Being with my mom at the time because it was only me and her, so it was cool. It was cool.
all right. Where were where were you sitting during that show? I mean, I might try to look for you in that again.
I don't even think you'll see me. I know I was like I want to say uh facing hurricane side, but I'm like all the way up there, like so like not
So
like
I
in
might.
like the not in the bummy seats, but like I don't know if you're gonna be able to find me with the crowd type of thing.
I mean, I was just it's worth a shot, you know.
Yeah, yeah. You gonna see a young Kylon crying because Ed got to retire and stuff.
Making his WWE debut a long time ago. But anyways, going forward. So obviously you were a fan first. What made you sit there and get the spark and say, "Hey, you know what? I could go out and do this. I could wrestle."
Well, for me, like it was always a dream of mine to become a professional wrestler, ever since I was a little kid. And I don't know why or like, growing up I kind of lost sight of that because, life and everything, but I always loved wrestling and it always something I wanted to do. So like, me one day I was like dropped out of college, in and out of work, other jobs and stuff like that. And then one day my uncle like if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be the person my uncle Jermaine he come to a lot of the shows. But if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be the person I am today, and I'm forever grateful for him because he brought wrestling into my life. So, but without him, he just I wouldn't be here today. And he basically had a talk with me, sat me down, was like, "Yo, you gotta accomplish your dreams, man. You gotta handle this. You gotta go chase that. I don't want you to end up like me or anybody else here, not accomplishing their dreams and being great at what they're doing." So he found a school that was close, 20 minutes away, PAPW, trainers Paul Roma, Mario Mancini, and Paul Roma, Power and Glory, obviously, former WCW champion. And I just remember like I took the ride out there, took an Uber because I didn't have a car at the time. And I just remember opening the door, and it was like a euphoric feeling that I felt like it was like something came over my body. It was like one of those movie scenes, when they open the door and then like a light shine. I swear to God, it was like one of those, and it was like, man, I will never forget that moment. Like the moment that you just gave me, and the first time I seen the ring, that was like the closest I ever been to a ring ever in my life. So it was just a surreal experience, and never turned back
I,
ever since.
I feel you on that, you know? Like, I kind of felt the same way when I first went to Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling for the show I went to back in April, actually. The one where
Hmm.
you and Flash and I think it was the Haven were all
Yep.
flying out the ring all over the place at the end of the
Yeah,
show.
that was a that was a great show, man. Yeah, man. We just doing our thing, flying all over the place. But yeah, man. It was something special, man. Just something special that I will never forget for the rest of my life.
Of course, man. But so you going forward, you going into the training, obviously Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling under Paul Roma. He's one of the
Yep,
greats. And
absolutely.
first few weeks, obviously, it was a little rough on with the bumps, right? Obviously.
Not really because for me, I used to do like jujitsu like a
Okay.
whole bunch of years. So taking the bumps wasn't easy. I took to all the I really took to everything really quickly, honestly. Like obviously it's the like motion and moving in certain ways you gotta do things, but like pretty much I took to everything quickly. I just kept my mouth shut, my eyes open, and my ears open, so I'm always watching what the mainstay guys were doing and like always listening to my coaches and taking in all the advice I can to better myself and eventually I was able to make my debut really quickly. So yeah,
That's awesome, man. And you
it was.
definitely and I mean obviously how did the debut match go for you? Were you did you have any nerves for that first night or
Oh man, it was. So I'm glad it happened where it happened. It was like my debut. I made my debut, my first ever match at a taco festival that we was running. I forgot where it was at, but it was me, another guy that's making his debut, my one of my close friends, T. His name was Diamond. I'm saying Black Diamond, and then it was Shay Cash versus Sean Knight, Big Jim Anderson, and Kenny Roberts. So yeah, it was fun. I remember that match. Like I was just watching it the other day just to see how far I came. Actually, like and, the situation with Jim and everything. Just missing him and everything. It was just yeah, it was just good times back then. It was fun. I was just glad to get out there, but I was definitely nervous for that one, honestly, because it was
and
like
then
it was
oh, I
just
didn't
like
want to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
no, you good, you good. It was just like it was just I don't know, just being in front of people. But I know my coaches, Paul, Mario, they was like saying I did my thing and did the best I did. So yeah.
And you were saying, obviously, with Big Jim, obviously his unfortunate passing this year, it had to have been an
Uh-huh.
absolute to have your first match with him, obviously. So it must be deep
Yeah.
for you, obviously, right?
Yeah. Like I'm forever grateful to Jim because like even before I had that match, I had like a quick segment with him on the show. Um, like a month or two prior to that, and that's it's a clip online. I might post it later on my story or whatever, but it's a clip online where he just takes my head off with a one of those big Jim lariats that he used to throw, and then it was just drop me on my head, turned inside out. But I'm just always forever grateful to him because like he really looked out for like all the young guys, and he was just so proud and just so proud of us. And I'm just grateful I got to experience him as a person, as a big brother, and someone that looked out for me and all the young guys.
I got you. Um,
So
definitely got
R.I.P.
you.
Big Jim, we love you. We love you, Jim.
We all love you, Big Jim, without a doubt. So, now obviously earlier this year, something that I caught that I didn't really know too much about you at the time. I caught
Uh-huh.
you on Northeast Wrestling's Studio Wars.
Yeah, yeah, man. That was a fun little thing that we got to do. I gotta shout out to someone who another person who also helped me a lot with wrestling, Chris Battle for opening those doors and having leading to those opportunities with Northeast Wrestling. I got to meet Mike the promoter and everything, and he was a cool dude. So I definitely want to go back and definitely get back to Northeast Wrestling. But whenever that may happen, hopefully sometime soon, uh, I may be able to be on the show.
Awesome.
Throwing
And
that
it was
in, throwing
nice.
that in the air.
It was awesome also to see a lot of fresh talent on Studio Wars because I felt like it gave a lot of people, including yourself, a chance to get your feet wet in NEW a little bit. So
Yeah. During that whole time, like the whole pandemic, like I really like a lot of people just took a break from wrestling or just obviously couldn't wrestle because of travel restrictions and everything. So I like kind of like that was like my time to like shine, honestly. Like I just seen it as an opportunity, me and a whole bunch of other guys just to grow and get better. Like if it wasn't for the like with me, obviously it sucks that obviously we're still in a pandemic, but it's getting a little better now. And but at the time it was just it sucked that nobody could really do nothing. But it was a blessing at the same time for me and a whole bunch of other guys because we just grinded and grinded and got better and better. And got a lot of eyes on us because, we was like some of the only people that was wrestling and stuff like that at that time. So and got better and had got to have some good matches and some great opportunities that happened to me. Like, I won my first belt in the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like first ever. I will never forget that. I wrestled Mike Skyros for the. I mean not Mike Skyros. Mike Verna. Excuse me. For the XWA Vibrant Championship. So that moment was just surreal in itself. I didn't even know that was gonna be a title match. To be honest.
And Mike Verna's a big name. That's somebody who just appeared on AEW Dark that not that long ago either. So that's pretty
Yeah,
major.
man.
So the
Yeah,
man of
and then
steel.
I remember like that whole like process, like the whole like a 3 4 week thing. I faced Holiday again, like my second time facing Holiday, beat my ass, beat my ass, and then Mike Skyros won my first title. Shout out to him. And then the next week after, I wrestled Christian Casanova. Like it was just crazy that time frame. That little month frame that I had. So yeah, man. That match is special too. Like for me, like the thing about that match today, I learned a lot from Cash Removers. Shout out to him. Carmelo Hayes, my guy.
There you go, man. You're rubbing you're taking on somebody who not that long ago was on AEW Dark. Now you got somebody who's currently
Yeah.
connected to WWE. You're having a good time right there.
Isn't that crazy? Like I was like legit. I'm pretty sure I was like legit one of his last matches on the Indie. The next thing you know, he got signed and picked up. That's crazy. Like, and I really learned a lot from him. Even like him telling me a whole bunch of stuff. It was just crazy. I got to learn a lot before he left. I hope I get to see him down the road. I probably will. I'm going to. What am I talking about? I probably will. I'm going to see him down the road. So
Without
yeah.
a doubt. So now tell me, obviously you guys, you, Flash, the Haven, all became really close friends, obviously. Did you all become close through Paradise Alley training together? Were you friends before that? Or
Um. So funny story. Like me and Sean, like we knew each other, but we didn't know we knew each other. Like for like the longest time because like we was younger when we was kids. We used to go on these hikes with our parents and stuff like that. Just like it was just a surreal thing that we got to know each other before that, but we didn't know until you know we started training together. But yeah, we all got close through training. At first it was I got closer to Jay and Sean. I'm saying similar backgrounds and stuff like that. And you'll be surprised, but like it took a really while for me and Flash to get close, and now it's just crazy because all those guys are my brother, but him mostly like he's like one of, if not my best friend in wrestling, even outside the ring. Like he's really like a little brother to me, and I care for him a lot. I'll say so, but we didn't always have smooth sailing. Even to this day, it's still rocking with, but it's a lot of love now. But like at first, it wasn't the smoothest shit selling on the seas. But now we just we like this tight, and I love him to death, man, and I want the best for him. So yeah.
awesome. Some of the best friendships come from not getting along at the beginning.
Yeah, it's just surreal, man. It's just really surreal.
But that's great. I'm glad to hear you and the Miracle Generation all seem so happy. So
My brothers, those are my brothers for real. I love those guys.
now, obviously, not that far after, obviously with Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, you were doing all that. You guys made your like, bleh, I just got tongue tied. You guys not that long ago made your Test of Strength wrestling debuts.
Yes.
Did I
For
lose?
me, Flash had already made his debut like a year or two
Oh,
prior,
okay.
I think. So yeah, it was like that first time I made my TOS debut was in that It was right after the dang, what was that show called? It was a show with Jacob Fatu. It was right after that one. You said what?
Dear Norma?
Yes, yep, dear Norma. The street fight was the street fight main event with the for the tag titles too. But it was that next training day I made my debut, the 6 pack challenge, and I got to win, and then that's when freaking the bum brother greatness want to sneak attack me and oh man, just that guy is just despicable, despicable. I don't like that guy. I really don't like that guy.
I think he needs a straight jacket.
Yeah, he's a little lunatic, man. He's a fake prophet, fake pastor. Like I don't even know what goes through that guy's head now. Saying. But don't worry, I'm gonna knock some sense into it. He be talking trash all over social media and watch it. And I see him, he don't be like that. He be quiet when I see him. Know what I'm saying? Because he know.
I know you and Flash not that long ago like loved one of my signs I made about him that said brother lameness.
Yo, great sign, phenomenal piece of art. Chef's kiss right there, man. Chef's
Definitely
kiss.
need to hang that up in an art gallery, huh?
Got to, man. You gotta put in the hall of Joey G signs. Know what I'm saying? You got to. The Hall of
I
Fame.
think the Hall of Joey G signs has more ripped signs than signs that
Hey,
made
and
it.
that's and that's okay. And that's okay. You got the ripped ones, and then you got the ones that's untouched. That's it. That's all you need.
I think I still got that brother lameness one somewhere. I gotta find it though.
Bring it to the next show. I'll put it right in his face. Put it right in his face. He won't
Not a
rip it
doubt,
if it's from me.
no doubt, no doubt. So, but yeah, because like okay, so I honestly didn't know that because I didn't make training day. I wasn't able to
Yeah.
go to training day. I thought your
Mhm.
debut was in Torrington back in June for Undeniable. So I was surprised about that. That's cool.
Yeah,
You know,
that was my second match, but it was definitely a cool experience to got to be on one of their bigger shows, and ever since then, being Flash been hustling and grinding, to get to the point where we are now. We just like we said, we just had a title match. Even though we came up on the short end of the stick, but we still gonna keep going hard and keep grinding. I
you've
know
been
I
having,
am. I know Flash is. We hungry. We young and hungry. We just want all the opportunities we can get.
and I know you guys been having some stellar matches. You know, you guys had a straight up I call it a straight up banger with the stepdads. You had a straight up banger with the Shook crew. You know, those are two top teams. You know, I thought those
Hmm.
were matches. You know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, all those matches have been fun. Like, every single match has been pro. Had a fun exchange. As crew, just going out there to experience different teams and different styles. It's just good to know and respect from your peers and yeah, just earn that respect. That's it, man, and keep hustling and keep getting better.
there you go. You know, and not that long, and then obviously this past weekend you had a shot at the TOS tag titles. That obviously didn't go the way you guys were hoping to, but you definitely had the crowd on your side the whole time. I could definitely tell we were loud for you.
Yeah, yeah, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was big at the cheering on me and Flash, saying the first sucks, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I can't say they suck, they beat me. You know what I'm saying? Obviously. It was a 3-1 and then a fair. I mean 2 on you know what I'm saying? 3-2 and it was 2-1 after with me. I tried my best to hold it down for the team, but I took a nasty knee to the face, forearm to the back of the head, and then I was just like a light, sadly.
It is what it is, unfortunately. So
Yeah, but just gotta I tell myself you fall on your back because you can always look up and get right back up. Don't fall on your face. Wise words from Kylon King. Never fall on your face, always fall on your back so you can get right back up.
there you go. So Um, so yeah, and I know during that match, and I know this is another one of the signs that deserve to go into the big Joey G sign art gallery. That big the firm sucks sign.
You know, it was so big we had to get Matt Decor to hold it. Know what I'm saying?
It ended
Yeah,
up becoming ripped up, obviously, but I think it was literally. How could that not be a target? Honestly,
man. It's like if you basically said rip me. That's what you said. Know what I'm saying? I
should have
couldn't
just wrote
protect that
across
one.
the. Should have just wrote across it. Rip me, please.
Word.
But yeah, so yeah. Kylon, I got some questions from some people, if you don't mind.
Oh man, give me all the questions. You know, I seen some of them in my comments, your comments. You know, all over the post. You know, I seen some of them. So let me lay them on. Yeah, lay them on.
All right, no doubt. The first question is from Terry Duffy. I think you remember at the shows. You know,
Yes, sir.
he
Yes,
asked the
sir.
same. He asked the same question on every episode of my podcast. His question is, if you could create a custom title, what would it look like, and what kind of match would you defend it in?
All right. So check me out. Check me out. If I created a custom belt, the template is going to be the WWE Championship spinner belt. I don't care what nobody says. That's one of the best WWE belts in history. I loved it. You know, it's gonna have a little K in there. You know, with the crown up there. You know, spinner and everything. And then all the matches are gonna be 5 minute rounds, just like UFC style, banging out. You know, hard hitting. You know, all that.
Oh,
That's what I want. That's what I want. See who
I
really the
like that.
toughest in the game. Who really the toughest in the game. Knockout submission, pinfall submission, all that. All that.
So no pinfalls, just all knockouts.
Nah, you can have pinfalls, everything. You know what I'm saying? No rules, no rules. Just 5 minutes rounds in between. You know what I'm saying? See
Oh,
who
okay,
really
like style.
who
I got you.
yeah, see who really the toughest in the game.
That's different. I like that. Different's always cool.
Yeah, man.
So his other question is, what's your favorite TOS moment so far?
Um, favorite TOS moment. Does it have to be for me?
Could be for you, could be for anybody.
I So I got a couple. Even though they just beat us, that whole match that we just had with the firm definitely won for the moments. Anytime I do a suicide dive at TOS, just anywhere, you know how my suicide dive. It's just straight like a bullet. Don't care about nothing. Everybody need to watch out for those. You know what I'm saying? But when the firm won the tag team titles, it was just like it was a good moment because I'm saying we if you know you know. I'm saying I do have some sort of cool relationship with those guys, even though they've been a little whack lately. You know what I'm saying? It was good to see that moment, and definitely when my guy Ichiban won the K1 Classic. You see the picture I put him on my shoulders and everything. I was so proud of my guy. That's a bro too, man. I'm so happy that he getting these opportunities and showing the world that he really is that dude, number one. Know what I'm saying?
I
So
love
those are
that.
just some moments. So those are just some moments that you know, I love that TOS ever since I've been there personally.
And more to come.
Absolutely, man. Hopefully me and Flash have another banger with the firm, and this time we walk out with the tag titles. You feel me? That's it.
There we go. Let's
That's
go,
that's
man.
that's the goal right now for TOS. Me and Flash to become tag champions. Man. For real.
Just eliminate the third man or the fourth man.
We might have to bring some backup. Know what I'm saying? MG, you know what I'm saying? We might have to do it.
Ooh,
We might have
all
to.
right. So next question is from I don't know if I said this correctly. Michaela Williams. I hope I said it correct.
Yes,
All
Caleb
right,
Williams. That's my friend. My friend.
got you. I didn't want to pronounce it wrong. Michaela Williams asks, when did you realize wrestling was your passion slash calling? who is a wrestler that really inspired you and why? And what are some of your favorite wrestling moves and why?
Okay, so I'm gonna start backwards. Some of my favorite wrestling moves, you know, suplexes. Obviously, I love tossing people. Joey G, you can attest to that. I love tossing people. And then everybody loves a good brain buster. Know what I'm saying? Shout out to El Generico. Shout out to
Let's
El
go.
Generico. Yeah. Uh. Dang. What was the question again? What was the other? What was the second part and the first part of the
Who is
question?
a wrestler that really inspired you and why? I think I might know on this one already.
Um. You know, for me, someone that I look to that inspired, obviously Eddie Guerrero and John Cena, but like uh I don't know if I like have really just one, because I love like Japanese wrestlers like Kenta, Shibata. Um, I love like high flyers like Jeff Hardy, technicians like Bret Hart. I love old types of wrestlers. Like I usually I take what I can from everybody and just try to put into me and mix the flavors and create what is Kylon King. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's what I try to do. Oh, and Kurt Angle, Kurt Angle one of the greatest of all time, obviously. Obviously. And
So
how did I know wrestling was my calling? I don't know. It's just like I said, my first memories of wrestling. Wrestling just got me through tough times in my life. It's always been there for me. It ain't never like left my life, honestly. Like, oh, I will always think about it. Um, even when I got it taken away from me, like because I wasn't the best kid at the time. I couldn't watch wrestling. I just always found ways to sneak and watch it. It's just always been a part of my life. Always something I thought about. So yeah, I kind of always knew. I just had that feeling ever since I laid my eyes on it. That this is what I'm supposed to do. And even now to this day, like people just keep coming up to me and like I'm not the best at like um I'm very humble, I'll say, Joey. I'm very humble, so it's like with me, I'm always working hard trying to get better, so I don't really always realize how far I come and like where I'm at the stage right now. And it's always eye opening for like people that are like superior to me to just come up to me and be like, "Yo, you are amazing, you are phenomenal." And like with me, I only been doing this for 2 years, so like I just got to keep grinding and keep working hard, and just become the best version of me I can. The goal is one day to be like, go down in history as like one of the best to ever do it, one of the most talked about people to do it. That's the goal for me. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a mainstay in this business.
there
So
you
yeah,
go.
like just to backtrack to the question, I kind of always knew that I was supposed to do some sort of
Born to do this. Love it. You know.
absolutely.
My next question is from my boy Billy, which I told him to leave it on the comments, but he sent it to me in a direct message. Um, Billy asked, "Where else do you look to want to compete in the future on the indie scene?"
I don't know. It's a lot of places. I want to get back to Limitless. I want to break into New York, New Jersey area. I know y'all be going to a whole bunch of Invictus shows and stuff like that. I see what they're doing over there, and I really want to be part of that one day. So like, hopefully, I can make that happen real soon.
I feel
Uh,
like you'd fit in perfectly in Invictus, man.
yeah, man, I'm just hungry to just get out there. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, like I want to, like a goal of mine. PWG. I always wanted to get to ROH, but like what's going on now, I don't know what's up with ROH. So like, hopefully they still come back like around April after they're done with their final battle taping. But like that's someplace I wanted to be. I just want to get everywhere. I want to be on the international scene. I want to go overseas, wrestle with different countries.
Like in
Just see the
Japan.
world. Yeah, definitely Japan. You know what I'm saying? Definitely want to go to Japan. I just want to accomplish as much as I can and be international. But like short term goals is just kind of trying to break out of the northeast scene. Get everywhere I can in the northeast scene, and then like further and further work my way. I want to go to down south. Texas, California, Florida, all that. Wherever I can find work, whoever wants to book me, I'm available. Available. Hit my line. Hit my line. Feel me?
Book this man. He's amazing. My
Thank you,
next
man. Appreciate
question. My next question is from Simon. Simon asks, "What do you prefer?" And I think he meant to say like this in a different way, but he said it like, "What do you prefer, independent wrestling or teaming up with someone else?" And I think he meant to say like wrestling one on one or teaming
Okay,
with someone.
I get what he's saying. He rather would do I prefer uh tag team wrestling or singles wrestling? Um, Honestly, I love them both for different reasons. Like as far as single wrestling, it's just you out there. It's just you and another person one on one for the most part, unless like fatal four way shit with that. But we're not talking about that. Like just you out there, just handling business, just going at it with another person. You know what I'm saying? And I love that energy and that atmosphere. It's just me and that other person. We can just create fireworks, whatever it might be. But tag team wrestling, yo, man, tag team wrestling is really like the best, because it's like you go out there with your partner, and crazy stuff can happen in tag team wrestling. Like you never know, know what I'm saying? All these double team moves and know what I'm saying? All these different ways to counter them. It's just different ways to go about it. And they're like I love them both just because it's like it's just so different but yet so similar, I guess.
All
So
right,
I can't really answer that. I love them both. I love them
there you go. Now, I think I got this question on Instagram. I'm trying to hope I pronounce his name right. Dats Adonis. He
both.
asks, he had two questions. His first question was, Kylon, how does it feel to become champion?
How does it feel to come champion? It's just great because you work your ass off for those type of moments. You know what I'm saying? You put in the work, put in the grind, and for somebody to even give you opportunity to be in a title match is just special to me. But for me to like after the match become a champion, it's just surreal and special. Both times I became champion, I experienced two different feelings. You know what I'm saying? So I won my first championship in XWA, and I was just like, I didn't really feel it anything until I went to the back, but like, cause I was like still out there in that moment, just being me, grimy, dirty, just talking crap, just like I earned this, I did my thing, and then when I finally got to actually sit down after, I was like, everybody was like telling me you did your thing, and then the championship was in my lap. I looked down at it, I was like, yo, I really just did this. I really just accomplished that. Like it was just one of those feelings for when I won the Firebrand title. It was just like one of those, and I couldn't calm down after that. After I just really sat down and looked at the belt. But when I won my PAPW Intercontinental Championship, it was just like I ain't gonna lie, I almost shed a tear in the ring because it's like for me, like that's my home, and then for that moment to happen, especially with the crowd making all that noise and my family being there, my brother, my uncle, who put me on the path that I'm on, my mom's. Even though she didn't want me wrestling, like she always came and supported me. Like for her, for all those guys to see that moment, it was just special to me, especially with it being home. Um, because I like I said, I worked my ass off to that moment, and then for them to see me um truly happy and just experienced that. It just meant the world to me. And plus, Flash and Haven came out after the match. Held me up in the air. Got to bring my brother. It was just special. That one was special, like very special. So I hope to have more special moments when I win more titles down the road. You know what I'm saying.
I got you. His other question is, do you want to do another champion versus champion match?
I would love to sometime in the future. I just had a champion for championship match. It wasn't title for title. It was just my first ever world heavyweight title match. It was at PAPW versus Matias de Napoli. Uh, that was just a special moment for me because like I said, that was another time I didn't know the match was gonna happen. It just came out of nowhere type of thing. Nobody told me. Just I seen the post and I was like, oh, word! Like I was soup, yo. I was really soup and excited and ready. I took the L in that one, but it was like it was a great learning experience. I got my family got to see me perform. A lot of people that never see me perform that day got to see me wrestle, and it was just cool. I would love to do another title match one day, but hopefully this time it'll be for both titles so I can fight just a little harder to retain mine and become a new champion. Feel me?
There you go. Become Kylon 2 belts.
I mean, I was Kylon two belts at one time, but sadly that time has gone by.
Next question is from Tiz Tunes. I think I said that correctly. Tiz Tunes.
hmm
He
That's
asks,
my guy. That's my
oh,
guy.
okay. All right. He asks, you are very athletic in the ring. Is that natural, or do you have a sports background along with your in-ring training?
Um, Honestly, I think it's just natural God given ability. You know what I'm saying? Not to be cocky or anything. I did do some jujitsu and some amateur wrestling, some kickboxing when I was like in my teenage years. I definitely want to go back to doing that because but with everything wrestling right now, I'm trying to figure that out before I handle go back to that. But it's just honestly, it was just I don't know. I guess I always been athletic. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to God for blessing me with this gift that I have. Yeah, I'm supposed to be a wrestler. I'm athletic. I'm saying I look good. You know what I'm saying? I can talk to sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I'm meant to do this. I'm meant to be an entertainer, Joey. You know what I'm saying?
I got you, bro. I totally get it. Then I got a question from Cassettes on Twitter. Cassette's
hmm
question is, when can we see Little Kylon, obviously that's you, versus
Yes, sir.
Kylon King? And who will do commentary for that match?
Man, listen, man. I got a bone to pick with Kylon King because like how's she gonna steal my name like that? And I was like, I was born with this name. And you just gotta steal my name? Like, what's going on? Like, nah, she's a great performer though, and she's doing her thing in AEW. But maybe one day, we'll connect, and have a battle over the Kylon name. You know what I'm saying?
All right. My next question's from Matt. Matt asks, do you play video games? If you do, what's your favorite video game?
um, no, I haven't really played a game on a system in years, but I do play games here and there. Um, some of my favorite games are definitely Pokemon. I love those games. Um, no, Mortal Kombat. I love fighting games. Those are my style. I don't really like shooters that much that often. I don't really play those. Mario Kart, Mario Party, stuff like that. Just Nintendo. You know, Spider-Man games. I love those when I play those. I don't play a lot of games, but when I do, I play.
All right. Sounds good to me, man. Sounds like a good selection of games right there. So
Yeah.
my next question is from Phil. Phil asks, what's your favorite food?
Oh, favorite food. I want to say seafood. I love seafood, like shrimp, crab, lobster, salmon. Love it, love it. But nothing's like a good chicken and mac and cheese. Some good soul food. Now, say on Thanksgiving Day. Oh man, I just love food, honestly. Yeah, if I could just eat as much food as I can, I would. But I gotta stay in good shape, Joey. Gotta stay in good shape.
Can't be suicide diving out the ring if you're like 5,000 pounds.
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, not at all. Not at all.
Man, although all that's making me hungry now, I think after this I got to make something to eat when I'm done.
Same. I think I got some food waiting for me. So.
So, my last question is from Little Mean Kathleen. She asks,
Ah.
she asks, Why is Bad Girl the best Usher song? I feel like this is an inside joke, but now I'm curious.
It's not.
I'm curious
It's
myself.
not. It's not. Bad girl. It's not. It's not. It's not. There's a whole bunch of Usher songs that are way better than that. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got the Confessions, part one and part two. You got Nice and Slow. You know what I'm saying? You got a whole bunch of Usher. I don't know what you talking about. You know, I'm sick of her and Trayvon thinking they know the best Usher song when I know the best Usher song. You know what I'm saying? Her and
The Trayvon
Trayvon Jordan.
Girls?
Uh-Huh.
Trayvon from Waves and Girls.
Yeah, her LMK and Trayvon can just go kick some rocks because you know what I'm saying their Usher song just not hitting like my Usher song be hitting. You know what I'm saying? You know, we took a poll on the Twitter, and you know whose song won? My song. My song won. It was the best one out of the three. So, you know, I think I know my little Usher just a little bit better than Little Me Kathleen and Trayvon Jordan. I'm saying. Love those guys, man. I love those guys, man. I'm saying I love those
I love that. I love the little insight.
guys.
I got one last question for you. Personal question on my own. Where do
All
you
right.
look to where do you look to take yourself in the future? I mean, obviously you're enjoying the ride right now on the indie scene. Where do you look to go to in the future? Where would you like your big your big big goal to be?
Um, you know, before, you know, when WWE was the only thing in town, you know, that's obviously the goal. That's what most people know for sure. But honestly, like with wrestling now, there's a whole bunch of opportunities to just go out there and make a killing and make a living off wrestling. And honestly, that's my main goal that I want to do. Is obviously I want to be one of the best to ever do it. But like my main goal is to do what I love, just have fun, do what I love, and just able to take care of my family and myself off of doing this. So like whoever just offered me the opportunity and a place to do that, I'm down for whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
All right.
That's it, man. That's it. You know, I just love this shit. Excuse my language. I just love this
You're
so
good,
much.
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
You're good.
Um, because like I said earlier before in the podcast, it's just wrestling got me through some hard times, and it continues to be hard times. And it ain't going nowhere for me. So who, like I said, whoever give me that opportunity, I'm gonna show them why they shouldn't sleep on me because I'm gonna work hard and bust my ass and work on what I need to work on. I still got a lot of things to work on now. You know, I only been doing this for 2 years, so I just want to keep grinding, keep going hard, and hopefully get to the top of the mountain. That's it, man. That's the goal.
There you go. Kylon, thank you so much today for joining me on the Sign Rip podcast with Joey G. Do you got any
Yeah.
social media links you want to drop, bro?
Um, Little Kylon on Twitter, King Kai 0610 on on IG. You know, the Kai is King, regular King, and then it's KAI 0610 on IG. You know, you can follow me on Facebook if you want to. I'm saying I don't take Facebook serious at all. You know, it's just a nice thing that I do, for fun, just to entertain myself. So if you want to follow me on that, it's Kylon King on Facebook. And then yeah, man, that's it. And I appreciate you, Joey G, for inviting me on. Always wanted I just wanted to be up here one day. Hopefully I can come back, doing a part two, maybe with like Flash and Haven, MG or whatever you want to do, man. I'm down for
Would
whatever.
love to have you and Flashback on as well as the Haven on at some point, man. It's been a fun one today. I love this one. I've had a blast today.
Definitely. I had a blast too, man. Thanks for inviting me, man.
No doubt. Once again, Kylon, thank you so much again for joining me today.
Yep, 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 yep.
Thank you all for listening to this episode and watching this episode of the Sign Rip podcast with Joey G. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you all have a good night.
Yes, sir.